Hi, I'm here to talk about food waste and the issues and concerns that food waste has on the impact of our world. What are the causes that food waste produce to our environment? A lot of trash being wasted and going to local dumps and then big corporations. Trash that could be cared for properly, but people decide either not to care or just don't have the space to compost. Depending on the location people live in, they may definitely not have the space to put in a compost system, like as in cities, because they are an impacted region of space. Most cities do not have outdoor living space where they can put a compost system and use the compost itself. People can also compost as a family or donate the compost to a community garden. So, people that may live in country regions can compost, but if people say have a community garden in cities, those city people can bring it to city areas where then the compost can be put to good use, even in a city. What is the problem of food waste? People buy too much of the food and never use either all of it or part of it. People that live in cities don't often have the space to compost, causing a lot of food to go to waste because there's no space for a compost system. Food waste affects our environment because now we have incinerators which burn the trash, but then the ash and fumes go into the air, causing the people that live around the big corporations or in the world itself having or getting cancerous diseases. What can we do to help our environment? Buying less food that can go to waste, being more aware of how much we buy for ourselves and families, using less of the ingredients, but also having enough so that way the food is just the right taste. Planning meals ahead so there is no hesitation on what to plan for a meal itself. If there is leftover food, save it or compost it as long as the food or ingredients are biodegradable. If there are no leftovers, that is a good thing. So, some of the problems with food waste is that before composting became a big thing, in 2010, 13.9% of food scraps were being wasted and not composted. The three elements of food scraps that go into compost systems are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. This means that when the food itself is going into the compost, it is then being turned, and when it is in its final stage from food scraps to dirt, it is from hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon into CO2 and H2O. The good thing with compost is that this turns rich soil to the earth without any chemicals or by-use products that can go into the earth and set rich nutrients for the flowers or vegetables, whatever you are using the compost for, and which will then be safe but also efficient so that your plants itself are healthy and happy to eat. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something out of this. Composting is a good way to give back to the earth and to be proud of what you do. Making your own compost and then making your own flowers, well, growing your own flowers or vegetables is definitely an efficient way to be, because then you are saving money, and that is what we want for this world.